once again, and today we're going to jump straight into this hair color tutorial. In order to get beautiful hair color, you must start off with beautiful and healthy hair. Today's hair came from Alimoda from AliExpress, and as you guys can see here, the hair came nicely bundled and the wefts were nice and neat. The bundle length that I used for this install included 2 bundles of 18 inches, 2 bundles of 16 inches, and a 16-inch closure. The hair texture that I chose today was the Brazilian body wave, and this is some of the softest hair that I've had so far. All of the bundles of hair that I received had very nice and healthy ends that required no additional attention. The hair had little to no breakage or shedding, and the hair was extremely soft, bouncy, and had no tangles to speak of prior to coloring or lifting the hair. As usual, I went with another 4x4 free parting lace closure in the Brazilian body wave texture in 16 inches. I will say that this closure came a little bit less dense and more natural than the other closures that I've worked with in the past, but it was still beautiful and the ends were nice and healthy. It also came with a reinforced border that you guys know that I love, and the knots on this closure did not come bleached. So to get the very bright and vibrant color that I desire for this install, it requires the hair to be pre-lightened or bleached. So I'm going to go ahead and combine my bleach mixture using my extra strength quick blue bleach in a bowl, and also add in this lightning activator package to get the highest lift possible for this hair. To activate this mixture, I'm going to go ahead and combine it with my Salon Care 40 volume cream developer, and I'm going to go ahead and mix it until it's nice and smooth. Be very careful when bleaching hair because this is a very damaging process, especially when you're using a developer this high and the activator packet. When lifting extremely dark or black hair, you want to go ahead and avoid any brassiness that may occur in the process of bleaching it. So I'm going to go ahead and add these purple to blue color correcting drops to my mixture to try to cancel out the brassiness that may occur. Continue to stir your mixture until it's nice and smooth and there are no longer any bumps or clumps of powder bleach in there. Now it's time to go ahead and apply that mixture that you combined to your virgin hair. Now this is where it can go left real quick, so you want to make sure that you're working kind of fast so that you get an even color throughout the whole bundle of hair. I'm really starting anywhere I want on this bundle because I'm not doing like an ombre. I'm just trying to get the whole bundle one color, and I'm trying to lift it as high as possible. Although we're actually going to be dyeing the whole bundle one color, you still want to make sure you go in and break up the top so that you don't have that straight line going straight across, because that doesn't look good on anybody. You also want to go ahead and make sure you break the hair apart and get the bleach to the bottom layers so that all of your hair is one color and you don't have black spots that's all in between there. I'm not going to go ahead and flip the hair and do the exact same thing because, like I said, we want the whole bundle to include that hair in between to be one color. Once you are all done applying your bleach mixture to your hair, go ahead and fold it up in aluminum foil so that it'll trap the heat and continue to process the hair. Make sure you are especially careful during this part and do not leave the hair because it's going to process really fast and heat up very hot. So you want to make sure you're checking the hair frequently. This is the hair after only about 10 minutes. These are the results that I got after processing the hair for about 25 minutes. You can bleach it one more time if you want a higher lift and a brighter color, but this works for what I'm going for. I also felt that with this hair in particular, it began to break after this bleaching process and become dry, but I will show you guys how I corrected that later. I'm not going to go ahead and repeat all those same steps to my closure. I'm first going to start off by dividing it into 2 equal halves because I don't know where my part is going to be and I want the color to be equal on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and comb the hair out and then apply the bleach mixture, but I'm going to avoid my roots and I'm actually going to avoid my lace part as well. I do not like to bleach my knots. I usually do not ever bleach my knots. I use concealer instead because I feel like it looks more natural. Again, when lifting this hair color, I want to make sure to move pretty quickly because I don't want one side to process quicker than the other. I want a nice even color all over my closure. I also want to make sure to split the hair apart and get in between so that we're not missing any parts. I'm then going to go ahead and break up that solid line that we have across so that it looks more natural, like it's been growing out of my head. When you're working closer to the lace portion, don't push the bleach down into the lace, just kind of work on top of the hair. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and I'm going to repeat the same process, but I'm going to avoid the actual lace portion so that it doesn't get damaged or bleached. Fold the aluminum foil over the hair so that it can go ahead and process, but make sure you don't fold it over the lace portion so that it doesn't get on your knots or over bleach your lace portion of your closure. This is the hair after about 5 to 10 minutes, and I went ahead and took the bleach off early because I was nervous and I didn't want to damage my closure. Here are the results that I got, and as you guys can see, it's a little bit darker, but it's still going to serve the purpose that I need. Now it's time for the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and deposit this semi-permanent indigo blue hair color from Adore onto my pre-lightened or bleached hair. Now earlier I told you guys I was going to show you guys how I got the hair to stop breaking and shedding after I bleached it to that high color, and this is actually the product that I used. I mixed in my Pamperplex Intense Fortifying Strengthening Conditioner into my actual hair color. Now if you're going to mix in conditioner into your hair color, make sure that it is either clear or lightly colored. If you're going to use white conditioner, then you might alter your results and get either a pastel color or a lighter color that you did not intend to get. So that's why I actually ended up using this one, because not only is it an intense protein treatment that's going to stop that breakage, but it's also pretty light in color. I'm then going to go ahead and paint the color onto the hair just like I did the bleach, but I want to make sure that I cover every single portion of the hair and really saturate the hair with this color so that we don't have any blonde spots peeking out. With the Adore hair color in particular, it took me about 1 bottle per bundle to color my hair and about a half a bottle to color my closure. But keep in mind, I'm working with 18 inches and 16-inch hair, so if you're using longer lengths, it might take more bottles. Just like we did before with the bleaching process, we're going to go ahead and flip the hair over so that we can saturate the other side with the same hair color. At this point, after you've completely saturated the hair with that semi-permanent hair color, we're going to go ahead and again wrap it up in aluminum foil so that we can process it. Now with semi-permanent hair color in particular, it usually absorbs faster and penetrates the hair better if it's applied with heat. So I'm going to go ahead and place that aluminum foil package inside a plastic bag so it doesn't make a mess on my table, and I'm going to apply that under my warm hooded dryer. I let it sit under the hooded dryer for about an hour, and then I let it sit in the bag for another 6 hours. Now I'm going to go ahead and color my closure. You want to be really careful when you're coloring the closure with hair dye, because you don't want to get that dye on the actual lace portion of the closure, which is going to take away from that natural look that a closure gives. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply that color starting at the ends and working my way up so that I can be nice and neat and not get the hair color everywhere. I like to work in layers, as you guys can see when I'm working with my closure, so that it doesn't make such a mess and I can control the color a little bit better. As you get closer to that root portion or closer to the lace portion of your closure, make sure you're using very light pressure and not pushing that blue color down onto your lace. Again, after saturating my closure, avoiding the lace portion of my closure with the dye, I went ahead and wrapped it up with aluminum foil and let it process with the bundles of hair for about 6 hours. Once I was all done, this was the hair color that I got. So as you you guys can see, the closure actually came out much darker than I actually wanted it to, so my original plans were to go ahead and strip the color using a strip color kit that I got from Sally's, re-bleach it and recolor it. But once I used the strip kit, it actually turned the hair a teal green, which went perfectly with my hair, so I just decided to keep those results. So that's how I got my aquamarine blue and green hair. And if you guys want to see how I actually styled it, then go ahead and stay tuned for the next video. If you guys have any questions, as usual, go ahead and leave those down below or message me. And thanks for watching. See you later.